This is how to make the ears of puppy. First, grab one piece of the flower fabric and draw a sewing line on the inside of the fabric. The sewing line is 5 centimeters away from the edge of the fabric. Leave 2 centimeters from the opening hole. Check the inside and outside surface of the fabric. The side where the embossing pattern is clearly visible is the surface of the fabric. Place the 2 pieces of fabrics together with the outsides facing each other. Please fix it by the pins so it will not move while sewing. Start the back stitching from the edge of the opening hole. Keep stitching towards the opening hole. Sew up to the opening hole and finish. Secure a knot twice. Now, we will clip the curved seam allowance to release the tension of it when turned inside out. Cut to narrow points on the narrow side of the ears, and cut wider points on the wide side as shown in Figure 1C. When clipping the seam allowance, leave 2 mm cut from the sewing line. Be careful not to cut too close to the stitching line. See paper instructions for more details. Turn the fabric inside out through the opening hole. Shape the ear. Use a needle to pull out the fabric around the seam if needed. We will close the opening by applying slip stitching. The slip stitch, also called a ladder stitch or an invisible ladder stitch, is a useful hand sewing stitch to close a seam. We recommend to draw in a sewing line if you are a beginner of hand sewing. It will help guide you while sewing. Pull the needle out from the inside of the fabric to hide a knot of thread. Hide the knot inside. Fold both seam allowance inward by 5 centimeters. Have the seam allowance of both sides facing each other. Sew along the guidelines we marked in the previous step. Stitch one of the fabrics and move to the another side. Stitch the same way on the other side of the fabric. Keep the same stitch width for both, and repeat until you finish the seam. Secure a knot on the same spot you finished sewing. not twice. Put the needle between layers of the fabric, away from the thread, and cut the thread as short as possible. Stretch the fabric to make the ends of the cut thread hidden inside the ear. Repeat the previous steps and finish the other ear as well.